Welcome to the Region 5 channel, a place to stay connected, informed, and inspired to change lives. On our first episode, we are introducing some of the leadership team as well as the purpose for this channel. We hope you enjoy.
Bienvenidos a todos. This is the unnamed podcast. Yep, we don't have a name for it. The idea was for it to be like the Wolfpack, but apparently there's too many Wolfpacks out there officially, so it's still a to be determined thing. For you guys that don't know me or have not seen me, my name is Omar Torres. I am your current regional vice president for Region 5. And pretty much I just want to welcome everyone who's watching or hearing this. But we're just trying to, find ways to be more in touch with you. And I mean, with everything that's happening locally in our communities and across the nation, a lot of stuff is going to be done virtually. So we're going to be pumping out more content through social media, podcasting, or you guys are watching on YouTube here. There's going to be another way that you can hear what's going on in the region. And if you want to be showcased around for everyone to know what you're doing, please let us know, because that's the only way we're going to be able to share it. So the plan was to have the entire regional team here with us, but given that it's Sunday, it's late, and it's about to be a new week, not everybody could be here, but we do have our current RJR and our regional marketing director. So if you guys want to kick it off, Susie.
Hi, everybody. I don't know what to say.
That's fine.
Thank you all for being here today.
Susie, you're embarrassing me.
Oh, I don't know. What do you want me to talk about? Just like
I guess just your role. Yeah, if someone from, I don't know, any chapter was saying, like, what's a noche? What's your role? What'd you do? And I guess how they can reach to you if they got any questions.
Okay, well, my role basically consists of all K through 12 outreach and junior chapters, businesses, I guess. If you guys aren't familiar with any K through 12 outreach, some of the programs that SHIP does offer are Noche de Ciencias, which are science nights, which basically consist of a night where you go to a school or have it posted there at your chapter, or during this time posted virtually, where you can do STEM projects with our school students, and at the same time offer different educational guidance to their parents in regards to going to college, learning more about different STEM degrees if they're interested. And yeah, that's one of my bigger roles. If you do have any questions, my email is rjr5@ship.org. So not only are we because Kat as well is working with the junior stuff with me as well, but we're also working on our SHIP-TINA program. So if you have any interest in our SHIP-TINA program, we are the main contacts for that as well as our social media content. So, but yeah. Now Kat will be going over that.
Yeah, thanks, Susie. So like Susie said, I'm helping her out with some SHIP Junior stuff as well as SHIP-TINA, but my main role is the marketing director. So I'm Catherine Trevino. I am the marketing director. I'm behind all of our social medias on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And I'm responsible for putting out a lot of content, and basically our social media vision is to be a reflection of what's going on with Region 5, what's going on with you guys. Like Omar said, like during this time, it's all about being virtual. That's where most of our connections are being made. That's how we could keep up with you guys. So the more that we see what you're doing on social media, the more we could represent, Lobos as a whole, and that's pretty much our goal for the social media. If you have any questions, we have our link tree on our bio on Instagram as well as on Twitter and on Facebook. And on there, you have the opportunity to be featured on our social media through a Google Doc on there. But if you have any other questions, you could also DM on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I am behind that, so I will be able to read those DMs. So yeah, that's pretty much my role and what I'm hoping to see, or what we're hoping to see as a whole for the social media this coming year.
Awesome. Thank you, Kat. The rest of the team couldn't make it here. Our RSR, who's currently Isela Rivero. She's a Valley native, but currently attending LSU.
Hola familia, my name is Isela Rivera. I am your regional student representative, and I'm talking to you from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm very excited to be working with y'all this year, and very excited to start this new project with the regional team to guide you through your journeymanship. A little bit about myself. I am a chemical engineering student at Louisiana State University. I'm going into my last year, so I'm very, very excited for this upcoming year and see what it has in store. I joined SHIP a couple years ago. I believe it was 3 years ago. I started my local chapter at LSU as a secretary, then vice president, and last year had the chance to be your RLDC 5 chair here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. For those who were able to attend, I love seeing you all there. What else? I was born in Mexico. Yes, I lived in Matamoros, Tamaulipas, for those who know where that is. I lived there until I was 16, then I moved to Texas, and I came here to Louisiana with my family. So I've been here since then. I've done a couple internships. Right now I'm working with Valero. Here in the New Orleans area, I'm very, very happy with the experiences that SHIP has given me. Like I said, I started 3 years ago. I was able to attend Nationals, RLDC, and NELA back in 2018. I've been able to make so many connections, so many great experiences from this event. It was, Nationals was one of the reasons I got one of my internships, and the people that I met at NELA, I still keep in touch with them. So I've definitely been through a lot of things, a lot of events there in SHIP, and I'm very I'm very excited to be working with y'all and seeing what you guys have in store for this year. If you guys need any help, please make sure to contact me. I'm always available through email at rsr5@ship.org, or you can also contact me through Instagram or Facebook. I'll do my best to respond and keep in touch with y'all. Have a great day.
We also have Lázaro Lopez, who is our regional graduate representative.
Hola Lobos, ¿cómo están? Hope you're doing good and hope you're staying safe during this quarantine. My name is Lázaro Lopez, and previously I've served as the marketing director for the Region 5. I met some of you leaders at the RLDC conference in Baton Rouge and handed you some of the Lobo medallions. But now I will be serving you as the regional graduate representative, and Kat, which is doing an amazing job in social media, will be staying as the new marketing director. I'm really excited to be here at the Wolfpack podcast, and hopefully you're gonna see me in the future making some other podcast focused on the graduate students. I want to thank Omar for this opportunity, and we'll be seeing you soon. Take care, Lobos.
He also couldn't make it. Other people in the team, we got James Torre, who works for Lockheed Martin, and our Associate Vice President, Chris Garza, who currently works for Holland. Could not make it, but hopefully in future podcasts or recordings, they'll be able to make it. So one of the things I've really been going back and forth with is like the purpose of this podcast, and we kind of went over it a bit in the beginning, like keeping you guys updated with what we're doing, sharing what you guys are doing with the rest of the region. But at the same time, other than keeping you guys up to date, we really want to take advantage of this tool, not only to get to know you, but also to learn from you guys, because every part of the region is completely different. We all have different challenges, different successes, different failures, and how better to showcase that than to talk about it. So the breakdown of the episodes, I mean, still in question. At first, it was going to be a monthly thing. Then it was suggested yesterday to be a weekly thing, and then it went back to a monthly thing. So for sure, it's going to be a monthly thing. But more than likely than not, we may be pumping more episodes every now and then if we see someone that has something of value to share. We'll be interviewing that individual, sharing it with you guys, and we'll be sharing it everywhere. So if you see like a quick link or a quick video on Instagram or on Twitter, we'll definitely be putting a link for the entire segment of that conversation, or if not, the whole episode. But I mean, like I said in the beginning, it's still on brainstorming session. So ever since I brought that stuff up yesterday, guys, I mean, what did you guys think about, like for episodes, the frequency? I know we mentioned about maybe doing a massive recording. Are we still like thinking about doing that and feel comfortable? I mean, the chances of the entire region seeing this is like, so
Yeah.
con confianza.
Well, no, I still like the idea of being able to like do like a monthly episode on just reviewing like what the region's been up to, and maybe just giving some highlights on like specific chapters that are going out there and, you know, still making a difference, even if it's in a virtual environment.
Okay.
I agree with that. I think if we wanted to do weekly things, like maybe we could do it like two different ways. Like the weekly things can be like interviewing people. Like we said before, there's our three mains, like the RSR, RVP, RJR, RGR. That's four. Never mind. Sorry. And so like there's 4 weeks in a month. And so we could do like that weekly, but having like a massive, huge recap for the region could be like monthly.
And the cool thing is
Okay.
like now that we have that link tree on our Instagram, we can always just post like our YouTube channel on there so they can stay up to date.
Yeah, definitely.
Like one of the parts that I've kind of put in that script for us to review was how can the regional chapters participate? You know, how like that document you created yesterday for the sub-regional retreats.
Yeah.
Do we have something similar, or like maybe something that's a lot shorter, where the chapter can like suggest questions or topics?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We can do something like that. Or we can also just include like a section on our social media document that Kat created. You know, like if you want to be featured on like one of these Zoom meetings or one of these podcasts, like, you know, just put your information down.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of traction happening through the Google form, but one thing I have seen that a lot of people participate in that could be another option is on Instagram. There is like a question, what is it called? Like a question feature on your story. And so you put like a question on the story and then people like reply to that question. I've seen a lot of more audience attraction through that than through the Google form on our Linktree. So like maybe we could do something like asking a question like, what do you want to see from this podcast? Do you have any ideas? Do you have any people that you suggest? And I feel like a lot of people can do it through there also, if that could also be an option.
Okay. All right then. But other than that, like for the beginning, or like for the first podcast, I mean that's pretty much what we got at the moment. Other than we do have a few events coming up, like NILA. NILA's right around the corner.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess this is also a place to also, you know, let people know what's going on. Like numbers wise, they told me not to share the email. They never told me not to share the information, I guess. Or no, well, we may have to edit this stuff out. Nobody's gonna watch this anyway. The goal was to have like 600 people register for NILA. I mean, at the beginning we were all like, that's a lot, because usually NELA is what, like two people limits per chapter, so that's about 400 attendees, and I think we were always around the 300 range, if not lower. But given that it was virtual, they're like, 600, we should be able to do it, and we did. I think regionally wise, we have over 100 registered, and given due to some things that happened during the last fiscal year, and I still had some funds remaining, I had the option if I wanted to sponsor people. But given that I really didn't have any of the new contact details of chapters, I just requested them, well, if I still have funds, let's reimburse everybody. Unfortunately, not everybody will be able to get a refund, but I can pretty much confirm as of today, Sunday, the 19th, everybody who's a president, everybody who's a vice president, everybody who's a secretary, and everybody who's a treasurer will get sponsored to go to NELA. That's
cool.
for sure. That's for sure. And that's about 80 people. So I'm very happy about that. So anyone that has any of those 4 positions in their chapters should be getting either an email notification or a letter by the mail letting them know that they'll be getting reimbursed. So that's new. Other than, oh, what's up?
Well, maybe you could cut this off too in case. But maybe possibly junior representative, if they want to come instead of a secretary or a treasurer.
That information would have been very useful last night.
I brought it
submitted the
up
list.
yesterday
What time?
during our regional meeting, and even probably beforehand. I even told James too. But it's fine if it's too late.
Well, the thing was that I only had 80 codes.
Okay.
No. Yes, I do have 80 codes, but I didn't use all of them. So let me do this. After this call, I'll get back on my email and I'll look at the list of registered, and anyone that I see with juniorship positions, I'll send them a code to.
Okay.
Or I'll let them know. But even though the deadline is over to register, I can still have reimbursement. So even though if somebody hasn't registered, it's a little bit too late for them. But if someone with the juniorship position, I'll see if they're below 8, I'll just let ship staff know, and they'll take care of it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Other than that, I guess the major question, I guess there's something other we could do is probably shout outs. A little shout out to UTEP. They have been the first and only chapter to reach out and want to talk to the regional team. And I was like, I feel honored. And we had a very nice long hour conversation. All the questions revolved around the topic of convention. And as of right now, I do not have any answers for that, other than that it's going to be virtual. I'm hoping that in NELA, which is 3 weeks from now, we will be having more concrete answers regarding the event. I mean, it's coming pretty close, but for sure, treat it like as if you were traveling to Denver. Save up, prepare, get ready to answer the typical questions that you will be getting in an interview, and wish you the best. I mean, we are living in very interesting times, but just because of that, that's not an excuse to, drop the ball. So be prepared. Regional stuff. We just actually finished having our regional leadership retreat yesterday. That was cool. I mean, I thought it wasn't going to take more than 3 hours, but damn, it did. We spoke about a lot of stuff. Do we have anything in concrete? No. But some of the stuff that we do have lined up is sub-regional retreats, sub-regional outings, outings is a big maybe, mainly due to the Rona. We have Shiptina conference that we're also planning for the region, junior ship conference that we're planning for the region. What else?
Possibly a graduate.
Possibly a graduate symposium. We also went into detail about the awards. That was a little misunderstanding last RLDC. My bad. But we will take care of that this year.
And that can also be a possible topic too, of talking about how regional awards will be awarded this year. It's going to be the same thing how they do for the NRPs, but we'll be having our own regional nomination form that if the chapters will need to apply for or submit.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. And that was pretty much the big misunderstanding from last year. Somehow it was understood that regional awards were based off the NRP. No, regional awards are based by the regional team. And if you're not having contact with the regional team, it's very hard for the regional team to even consider you. Yeah. So that's probably like the first rule. But we're going to be a lot more detailed. Where we're going to be sharing this information, all social media. We're probably going to have links. That's going to direct them to, correct me if I'm wrong, Kat and Susie, to the Google Drive where we're going to have or filed.
Yes, that's the plan. Once we already finalize all our Google forms, they'll be posted on our link tree on Instagram.
Yeah, so save that link to the link tree because that's pretty much the hub for everything that's going on and everything that we're talking about. All of the links that you need are going to be on there, and probably after every podcast that we send with actually information concrete, it would already be on the link tree by the time you listen to it.
Yes.
Yes. What else did we go over during the retreat? It was Noche de Ciencias, junior ship stuff, or regional goals, the regional strategy, which is very similar, if not identical, than last year's that we agreed upon during NELA 2019. Roles and responsibilities, chapter leadership expectations, all of which we're going to cover hopefully in NELA. All we need is a solid hour. 45 minutes for the presentation. We are going to try and keep that slide deck less than 30 slides. Talk within 45 minutes and have a solid 15 minutes for Q&A. But other than that, I mean, this is just the first one, the first podcast. Hopefully we're going to be doing this often. It just depends on everybody's schedule, but we do at the very least want to do it monthly. So other than that, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. Susie, do you want to add something?
Yeah, and then hopefully by NELA, we'll have already I don't want to say concrete, but maybe a tentative timeline that all of the chapters can use when NRPs and CMTs are due, which brings up another topic that we can talk about during these podcasts is any announcements that need to be made. Like if you guys haven't already worked on your chapter management tools, start working on that before NELA, as well as other dates that are going on in the region when we have our Shiptina Junior Graduate Series. And then we also included other dates for Hispanic or STEM related holidays throughout the year. So that'll be a good tool for y'all to use, and we plan to put it on the link tree as well.
Awesome. Kat?
I guess maybe this could be a question to the region for the social media. I guess one is what do you like from our social media strategy? What more do you want to see? And we did have a question about sending templates that we are using for these specific days. And if that's something that becomes more popular, I think I would be more than happy to put a folder link in our link tree as well with all of the templates that we use. So that your social media, you could already have something there and you don't have to be worrying about creating content, especially when school starts and everything gets a little bit more busy. So a lot of what we're going to be doing is focused on the timeline that Susie is saying. There's going to be a calendar that has specific days related to STEM or, Hispanics and STEM, etc. And so we're going to be using that same idea. So if you want to follow the region team on the social media and what we use, and you would like that link, I would be more than happy to put that on our link tree as well.
You reminded me of one thing. We're also doing a recruiting challenge for the fall, and we will be doing the one for the spring. And it's not just going to be, when did the competition start? It actually started about 3 weeks ago. Sorry about that, guys. If you guys have not received an email, that is more than likely because your former board did not let me know who the new board is. So don't shoot the messenger. The emails have been going out. So what is the challenge about? It's about a little bit about everything. We got recruiting, but it's not just going to stop at recruiting. Instead of having like 3 different awards or 3 different sets of awards for small, medium, and large chapter, just going to be 1 or 3: grand prize, second prize, third prize. But instead of just focusing on nominal, it's going to be like divided into 4 sections. It's going to be how many people you recruited, but how well is your strategy? How well do you communicate with the regional team? And how well do you do your social media outreach? And that's where Kat reminded me of that, because it's going to be a challenge. That was one of the questions that ETRGV asked. They were asking, how exactly are you going to be keeping track of this? And my default response was, don't worry about it. But then I figured that is a very good question. So, Kat, could you please describe the best way for them to, I guess, attach the images so it's not that hard for us to keep track of?
Yeah, for sure. So I think one of the main things that we're going to be using as like our social media platform that goes across the region is Instagram. I feel like everybody uses that. And so one thing that could really help us keep track of what you're posting is if you tag us on your pictures, because on our mentions page in the region, we'll be able to count when and how many times you have posted by tagging us through that. Not using the Region 5 hashtag, that's a little bit less, it's a little bit harder to quantify how many people have posted through that. But if you do tag us at @ShipRegion5, we'll be able to count on our mentions page on Instagram. So please, please, please tag us, because I do see, and a lot of people from the region team will send me posts like, hey, they're tagging you, but it's just using the hashtag, so I won't get the notification knowing that you guys are tagging us through the hashtag. But once you guys do the @ShipRegion5, then I will be able to get the notification. I will repost it for sure. That's one of the things that I will definitely do. I love reposting your guys' stuff on our story, because it's just another way to showcase you guys. And then it's another way for us to keep tally on how much you guys are outreaching through the social media with that.
Awesome. So, now thinking back on it, I was wondering, why am I not really saying a lot of stuff? Well, mainly because we haven't gone through NILA. And until we go through NILA and we get the plan from the organization and where we're going to be going forward, then we can tailor our regional strategy, what we want to do, and comfortably share it with the region. Because the last thing I want to do is, we're going to do this, and this, and then it's completely different than what the organization wants to do. So this is more of an introduction, just giving you pretty much an overview idea of who the regional team is. Later on, you will get to meet Isela, Lázaro, Chris, James, and we'll have a more concrete plan on how we want to take this podcast. I don't know. Maybe people will like it. Maybe people won't. But we'll see.
Another thing could be another idea, because I know there are professionals who prefer not to have any social media outlets, and I know a lot of the stuff we are going to be posting is through our Instagram page. We might also just consider just posting everything onto our Slack as well. I know there should be a file section where we can input everything in there as well. And then I guess that's a whole another reason why we're making these YouTube podcasts for those who don't have any social media outlets. But yeah, so if you aren't on the Slack, email Omar or email any of us, or even just send it to us. I know Kat also made a document on our Linktree. Put in your new chapter information in there so you guys can stay in contact with the regional team.
Yeah, if you're not in the Slack, or if you have not received any emails from either me or the rest of the regional team, it's because we have not received the updated board list. And until we get that list, I won't know who's missing. Like, I know which chapters, but I have not received an update yet. So make sure, if you're not receiving emails, reach out to me, reach out to Susie, to Kat, anyone in the regional team, and we'll go from there. But other than that, we'll be in touch. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all for tuning into our channel. Please make sure to follow us on all our social media. Our Instagram is @ShipRegion5, our Facebook is @ship.region5, and our Twitter is @ship_region5. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Also, comment down below what you think our name should be. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.